Welcome to this video, where I will show you how I build my spray boot from simple materials. It all started when I saw this airbrush set on an auction site. It included all these parts. A compressor was also included. It was a good deal. The problem is of course that spraying inside is not very safe, and outside you have wind and dust. So I decided to make a spray boot. The first thing I bought at a second-hand store was this ventilator. It contained all the switches and had some lights as well. The air is gathered in the middle part and is pushed out on the right side. Next I bought some wooden plates. One with holes in it that I used on one side and the back so air could go through it. Here you see some parts already made to dimension. In the middle there is the original roster that came with the ventilator, and on the right you see the bottom plate. I sprayed the parts white using a rattle can, so everything would have the same color. Here you see the inner and outer side walls. The left part goes on the part right from it. As you can see, there is room between the two plates, so air can travel between them, and up to the ventilator. The next picture shows the inner and outer wall assembled. On the bottom you see a groove where the bottom plate will sit. The same I did for the front and back sides. The front will hold a glass sheet, so the fumes will not flow in my face while spraying. Here everything is assembled, only missing the ventilator at the top of the box. Here you can also see that there is room between the walls for the air to travel between. Every side has some room between it. Because I am right-handed, I do not need holes on the right side. I will not spray in that direction anyway. Here the glass will go in. I can put it in from the top, so I can remove it and clean it, if it becomes dirty. The next step shows the original roster that came with the ventilator. I wanted to reuse it, because it came with a filter, and it has two positions for the lights in it. I put an extra light in the booth to create more light. Next I disassembled the ventilator, keeping all the wiring intact. There are two ventilator speed settings that can be controlled by the switches. I mounted it on the top plate. Here is the other side that will become the outside. The hole will be the part where the air comes out. Next I mounted all the electrical cables and the switches. Here you see the switches, one for the two ventilator modes, one for the lights. The other side holds the power conduit for the air compressor and the power cable. This is the finished spray booth. There is enough light, so you can see details on your object clearly. The glass has also been installed. I put in a turning table, so I can put my object on it and turn it around while spraying. There is a flexible tube on the top that will lead the air out the window. I made a custom part that connects to the roster of the window. I hope you enjoyed this construction. It is not hard to make your own spray boot and it does not have to cost a lot. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Now some footage of the spray booth in action and my daughter spraying a Gundam model.